sweet friends. Miss Katie here. Today we're going to read a story called Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andre and Guy Parker Reese. It's a story about a giraffe named Gerald who doesn't know how to dance. I hope you like the story time, and if you do, make sure you like this video and hit subscribe so that you can watch any other stories that I read to you. All right, bye-bye. I'll see you right at the end, okay? Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now every year in Africa they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor. But the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald!" the animals all sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool! Oh, Gerald, you're so weird!" Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor, and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing, and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on. "But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing around. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I am dancing! Yes, I'm dancing! I am dancing!" Gerald cried. Then one by one each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream! Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen!" "How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." The end. Well, what did you think of the story? I really like how Gerald overcame his fear and overcame being teased. What did you think? How did you feel about Gerald being teased? I didn't like it at all. Those animals were all pointing and laughing. Have you ever been teased before? And most people have. I've been teased a lot when I was little. I'm very tall, just like Gerald. Sometimes it's hard to be different. Can you think of a reason you feel different? How would it make you feel if somebody teased you about that? Not very good, I bet. So I think my favorite part was when the cricket was nice to him. He said, "Don't be afraid to be different." If you were going to write a story about somebody that was different, what would it be about? I think I would write a story about me when I was little, and how it was hard to be tall, and about how the kids would tease me sometimes. You know, you can write your story down if it sounds like something you'd like to do. You could have your favorite grown-up help you. Maybe you could draw the pictures and tell them what words to write. And you could put it in a book, just like this. Miles Andre and Guy Parker Reese, it all started with an idea about a giraffe. So that's all you need too sometimes. It's just a good idea and a little motivation to go along with it. Okay, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but keep thinking about some of those things that Gerald learned and some of those lessons that the cricket helped teach him, and how important it is to be nice to someone, especially if they seem like they're feeling sad. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button, and if you want to see more of my story times, hit subscribe. Bye-bye. I'll see you next time.